Hey everyone, so here we are in the garage, Sunday. We're doing chest and shoulders today. So I'm like 12 weeks out from NPC Nationals at November 20th. So still feeling pretty good. Had a high carb day yesterday. Took around 1,300 grams of carbs or so I'm good and full today. My coach, Skip Kendall, lets me do it, so it's a skip loading process and it works. I don't complain, it saves a lot of food. Anyway, so our first movement for today, we're going to start with incline barbell. So we do this first, it's a progressive overload movement, and we're trying to increase load. And I find this much better than barbell flat. You're getting pressure in your upper chest. And I find this really helps get your shoulders a nice wide look. So whenever I have these in, I feel like my shoulders and like upper pec region always looks most dominant and powerful. So yeah, now we're going to go off, it's my first top set. If I need 7, I got 6 last time, so go for 7. So we just did our heavy top set, so now we're going to do our back off rest pause set. So again, that's the failure, 15 deep breaths, failure, 15 deep breaths, failure. So it's like 3 failure points. Let's increase that density again. And I like to pick a weight where I'm going to fail to the total of the 3 sets between 12 and 20 reps. So I reduced a little bit of weight because I only got 7 last time. I wouldn't be able to hit 12 to 20 with the first load of the first set. So that's why I reduced it. And the reason why we do these breaths is to get oxygen back in your muscles so you recover a little bit, but not fully. One more. So the last one was a bitch. These are the ones you grow up with. Shit. Fuck. What's that? I don't know. Alright, so now our second movement of the day is going to be dumbbell bench press. I do these on a slight decline, so I just have the front part of the bench propped up about 2 inches. I find this angle, it's kind of safer on your back and your shoulder area, and you get a little better activation in your chest. I don't really like less on the flat angle, either a small incline or a small decline. If it's where you did incline, move it first. The slight decline, kind of try to get the lower region of the chest a little bit more. These are going to do 2 working sets, both heavy, between 8 and 12. I don't do a rest pause on these because getting the dumbbells back up is kind of a workout in itself and kind of dangerous. So here we go, first set. Little key tip here, always rest for a second when you get the dumbbells up here, because you just kind of exerted yourself. So I was chill here for a second. All right, let's go. Alright, so now we've finished our two main progressive movements for chest, which is the incline barbell and the dumbbell press. So now we're going to move on to kind of more, get some more mechanical damage and blood in there via supersets. So we're going to start off with the Kabuki bar, or sorry, the Kadillac bar from Kabuki Strength, and we're going to do the wide grip. So we're really working the stretch position here. So this is going to really stretch out that top clavicle portion of your chest. I moved the incline up a little bit from the incline barbell. So I have a different setting on my blocks. Now I don't have an incline bench. If it keeps getting tough to get one, but I might get one these days. And then we're going to move directly into cable flies. Prime Fitness cable crossover right here. Cool handles here. These are a must, by the way. The CAS handles. I love these things from Prime Fitness. So we're starting here. So we're not going to go. We're not focused on load here. We're going to focus on movement and then kind of getting the stretch in the chest to get blood in there. These are kind of more dangerous movements. I don't suggest really trying to ramp up and load these. I'm really trying to work that in the stretch position when the muscle's fully shortened. Lengthened. Shortened up here. So that's the whole goal here. All right, let's go. Both between probably 8 to 12 for both with no rest in between. And you're going to see I'm going to do a pause in the bottom. Again, that's to really get more in the stretch position there. On those, when I really focus, I'm trying to basically wrap my arms out around a tree or really kind of bear hug someone. You want to focus on bringing your biceps together. That's what's the function of the pec is to move your humerus in. So I focus on touching my biceps together. I'm going to use my pecs, not my shoulders. We're on the shoulders part of the workout, so we're going to start off with barbell overhead press. And I do these standing, and I do these with the safety rails on. And I have them set right before where my shoulders will start internally rotating. So you don't want internal rotation, right? So I'm kind of started right here where they still have a 90-degree angle. I'm out like this, I'm out like that. So based off your shoulder mobility is where you would set the pins at. For me, it just happens to be right here, kind of right about eyebrow level. And then I deload the pins on each rep. That's to kind of break any momentum. So you're using sheer force and muscle to get it going. So it's kind of breaking inertia there. So it's the goal of this movement. All right. They're a heavy set. I had to go down a bit. I didn't get as much weight as I wanted to. So I usually do this movement second in my workout after a barbell. But since for the sake of filming and the exercise setup, I just chose to do this after chest completely. So the weights are kind of down. I kind of felt that in the last set. But so now we're gonna do our rest pause set. But typically I like my heavy sets between 6 and 10 reps. Which I only got 5 with a weight less than I've been doing. It goes to show you about exercise order affecting your workouts. So if you really want to prioritize something, put it in the front. Case in point, me for barbell incline or barbell overhead today. But now we're going to do our rest pause set with the lighter weight. And my goal here is just to get some reps in. Shoulders are fried right now. That's good though. So I just gotta swallow the pride. When you're not feeling it, strength-wise, just work on getting movement in. There's no pressing something that ain't there and you get hurt. So you gotta learn that from getting hurt. So yeah, don't do it. Just swallow your ego that day and then we'll have to find another day. Alright, one more. Shoulders are fried. So I'm just focusing, like I said, I'm just trying to get blood. I'm not trying to nice and controlled, just get the movement down. And then next week we'll pick back up with progression. These are also surprisingly hard compared to like seated where you're braced against something with your back. It's the back of the seat. So these are very challenging. They're much harder than I think. They look and than you think. So these are good. I'll give them a try. I like the setup on these for shoulder health and then breaking inertia. Getting the movement started with your muscle. You filming this?
Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to dumbbell side laterals. Alana's filming me, big time me now. So I don't know what you guys caught on there, but I use these cuffs right at the bat. So I'm taking the hands out of the movement. So I'm just focused when you're doing these. I'm just going to be focused on raising my elbows and then really contracting with my medial delt. That's the focus here, the side delt. That's what's going to give you the good cat-looking and wide shoulder. Not so much the overhead press, when it's going to be more front delt, which contributes to the overall shoulder development, but these are the ones that are really going to make your shoulders do that good width. So the reason why I like these over cable or over dumbbells is because you're getting tension over the whole range of movement. Because typically with dumbbells, it's kind of just hard. Like right here, you kind of have to sling it up here and you're losing tension, but you're kind of losing this part of the movement, which is, well, if you do right now by your side, sitting there watching this, feel a lot of side delt there, so you want to really train all the way to the full range of motion on these. And then at the end of the set, we're going to crank out partials, like 15 to 20, to kind of overload the muscle a bit more. I find shoulders, unlike a lot of other muscles, respond to a lot of density and volume. So like supersets and extended sets and things like that work really good for shoulders, especially the medial and rear. crank them out. Get out of here. That happens sometimes. First one is still filming. Watch the blooper. Good. Alright, so now we're going to go into dips. We did dips to finish off our chest, shoulder, and then I threw dips in there. Yeah, it's a tricep exercise, but it's really kind of a combination of all three, chest, shoulders, and triceps. And I don't do it to prioritize chest or shoulders or triceps. I just do the movement where it feels the most natural. And just try to tie everything up. Chest, shoulders, and triceps really. But that way I'm not having to do these on arm day, where I'm kind of beating up my shoulders more. Kind of beating up my shoulders today, and then rest for 5-6 days. And then do it again. So we're gonna do one heavy set here, and then we're gonna do one rest pause set after. Alright, so now we're our heavy sets. Now I just finished off with one rest pause set, body weight only. And the goal here is just to finish a shitload of reps. And just really kind of get blood in and then in the workout that way.